Hello, my dears, my dear Virgos. Welcome to our deep dive. If you are a Virgo sun, or, and this is so key, a rising Virgo, the cosmos is handing you this massive, meticulously organized plan for December. And it all points right back to your roots. We know you, my nice-hearted listener. You love precision, you live for clarity, and a gorgeous foundational cleanup. That is your jam. So December isn't just about the holidays. No, it's a full structural overhaul. Our mission today is to unpack all of this and give you the ultimate guide to what's happening with home, family, and a necessary emotional reboot that is like totally setting the stage for 2026. Okay, let's unpack this.
When we look at the sky energies for Virgo and Virgo rising this month, the theme is just. It's huge. It's this dramatic, almost gravitational pull toward your foundation.
Foundation meaning home, family, all that deep stuff.
Exactly. Home, family, deep renewal. And what's fascinating here is that it's not really an arbitrary choice. This transformation is so profound because it's often being shaped by external factors.
Right, so things you can't totally control.
Precisely. Things like a shift in a partnership, what the property market is doing, or maybe a sudden family need that you have to respond to. You can guide it, but you can't completely control the timing.
I feel like that external push is so important. It makes a precision-focused Virgo actually stop and look inward for a second.
It does. And that domestic focus, it completely dominates the first 3 weeks of the month. So from December 1st to about the 21st. The indicators are really strong that this is the perfect time for improving your immediate environment, for, fundamentally elevating your home life.
We're talking about turning your physical space into like the ultimate sanctuary.
Yes, the sources really emphasize that you'll quickly realize that true stability, the kind you need when the world gets chaotic, it rests on two pillars.
Home and emotional foundation.
Those are the ones. And this energy is all about taking immediate action on them. So if you've been putting off a renovation or even just, finally decluttering that one room, the motivation is here now.
Okay, so if the foundation is everything, how do we handle the family part of that? Because, family dynamics can be notoriously complex. They could destabilize the whole thing we're trying to build.
That is a great question, and it's a key part of this renewal. The sources detail a need to focus on a family member. It could be an elder, maybe a child who just needs more of your attention or support.
And that sometimes means digging into old stuff, right?
It does. It can mean tackling old disputes or misunderstandings head on. It's about seeking clarity over just, keeping things comfortable.
But the crucial distinction here, dear listener, is that you're not going in alone. The energy suggests you have really strong backing from your family right now.
You're not fighting these battles in isolation.
Right. You have the resources, emotional, maybe even financial, to get through these old tensions. It's about using that support to resolve things, to realize you're all stronger together.
And all of this foundational work, it's building toward one key celestial moment, the new moon on December 20th.
The big one.
The big one. This lunation is a huge force, and it's meant to guide all these domestic events. And we're not just talking about, picking out new curtains.
No, this sounds bigger.
It's much bigger. We're talking practical domestic matters, maybe complex property issues, major home improvements, or even a full-on change of residence. The new moon is like a cosmic project manager. The seeds you plant now, they lead to these key developments later on, specifically around January 2026. This isn't a quick fix.
It's long-term stability planning. That makes so much sense. The stability you build now is the launch pad for 2026. And here's where it gets really interesting, especially for my ascendant listeners. For Virgo rising, this whole shift can show up in two major ways. Either a brand new, incredibly comforting way of just being in your current home, or an entirely new home, like a whole new address.
And that is why we always say it. Be sure to follow your rising sign, my honeys. It is so very important.
So important.
For Virgo rising, this new moon energy can literally facilitate the process of buying a home, signing a lease, moving in. And often, it's with a significant long-term partner. The sources are also clear that this is a prime time for beautifying and decorating, for just, bringing a new, pure kind of joy into your sanctuary.
So what does this all mean financially? If we're connecting home to the material world, this sounds like it could be good for the wallet.
It could be. The sources suggest potential financial gains through property. If you're thinking about selling or buying within the 6 months after this new moon, the market could bend in your favor.
Ooh. So even if the general trend is down, it might go up for you.
You might just find that your sale or your appraisal goes better than you'd expect. There's a very specific link here between your emotional security and your property's value. And that financial upside connects directly to the deeper transformation we need to talk about, the really potent stuff. If we connect this to the bigger picture, we see Jupiter's influence. Jupiter rules this new moon, and it's linking everything directly to the eighth house.
Okay, hold on. Let's unpack the eighth house for a sec. It's often called the house of shared resources, right?
Mhm.
But it's also like way more intense than that.
Much more intense. It's intimacy, deep psychological transformation, shared debt, loss, and rebirth cycles.
Basically everything you share with a partner. Money, trauma, the deep stuff.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is that this specific area, your eighth house, is where Virgo has been healing a really profound, long-running chironic wound.
A chironic wound. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're talking about that deep chronic pain point, the unhealed center. The source material called this a dungeon of difficulty that's been lingering since around 2019. That is a long time to carry that kind of weight.
It's a huge amount of time, and since it's the eighth house, it probably showed up as issues with codependency, intimacy, shared burdens.
So like relentless financial stress with a partner, maybe dealing with difficult in-laws, or even just the grief from a major loss.
Precisely. It was psychological, spiritual, and material, all tangled up together.
So the cosmos is basically offering a refresh the screen moment now.
It absolutely is. The healing vibration is incredibly strong. It's a chance for a true psychological restart. To finally unravel that baggage around shame or betrayal or abandonment that started back in 2019, the long, hard work is finally paying off.
And the material world is catching up to the emotional healing?
Yes.
Yes. The sources confirm it. There's potential for unexpected financial relief. This could be an inheritance, a gift, or money from a family figure, probably in the 6 months after the new moon.
It's like a tangible reward for all that heavy psychological lifting. I love that.
What's also fascinating here is the confirmation that something valuable from the past might return.
Love or money.
Could be either.
Yeah.
A dormant source of income, an old professional opportunity that stalled, or yes, even a past love interest. And it's not a coincidence. It's the universe letting these unresolved things reemerge. But now you have the clarity from all that healing.
So you can redirect them positively. You're mastering the past, not repeating it.
You've got it. That's the key. Okay, let's unpack this practically. So the deep healing and the home stuff are happening, but, life still has to happen. Let's talk about the day-to-day rhythm of early December, say the first week.
Right. So that first week, December 1st to the 7th, is going to feel very dynamic, task-filled. You'll feel this powerful pull to be productive, almost like you're launching a new season of efficiency. Many Virgos will be starting a new work cycle or restarting old responsibilities, but with a fresh perspective.
A new work cycle means new energy, but it also sounds intense.
Yeah.
How do Virgos, who can definitely overcommit, avoid burnout with all this going on?
That is the core strategy question for the month. Motivation will be high, but the key advice, especially for the mid-month period, is this. There is no need to rush.
No need to rush. I think my Virgo listeners just fainted.
I know, but it's critical. You have to slow down and adapt to external factors, not try to force them.
So basically, patience is the main KPI this month.
Exactly. You have to recognize that a lot of these big developments, the property stuff, the financial gifts, resolving disputes, they're shaped by things beyond your immediate control. Your job isn't to force the timeline. It's to manage your own internal world. That patience is what lets you make the right choices when the time comes in January.
That is such a relief to hear for the meticulous Virgo heart. So we're building the engine, but we have to wait for the green light.
And that waiting leads to this massive exhale. Fate, if you want to call it that, may literally relieve you of a burden you don't need to carry anymore, a big one.
You mean like a responsibility to a person or a cause that's just been draining you for years?
That's the one.
My dear, isn't that just divine? To finally set down something so heavy.
And if that relief doesn't come right away in December, the sources slate the official release for January. You're building the new structure now so that when 2026 starts, you are ready to be free.
My dear listener, as you move through December, just remember your greatest strength is your ability to analyze, to discern, to refine. Use that sharp Virgo intellect, not to overthink the details you can't control, but to choose precisely what deserves to stay on this strong new foundation you're building. The sky has been demanding so much patience since 2019, asking you to carry this specific burden. But now, the payoff is tangible stability and a clean slate. You get to step into the next cycle completely unencumbered. My honeys, if this resonated with your meticulous Virgo heart, give us a little sign. Tell us in a comment what burden you are so ready to leave behind. And if you're ready to map out your new foundational future with us, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the January release. Now, for everyone else ready to map out their December sky, let's keep the charts turning.